Hi, this is Kat for Tech Digest and Shiny Shiny. As you can see, we're waiting on the ground in the Venetian Hotel for the Bill Gates keynote speech at CES 2008. As you can see, look at his badge. This is Loic Le Meur, who is France's most famous blogger. Controversial blogger as well.
Oh, less and less.
Less and less.
I'm very polished now.
Very good. Learning your lesson then.
Yes.
Now, you live out here in the States now, though, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. So.
I abandoned Europe. I think we're just, it's impossible to do anything anymore in Europe.
Yeah.
And
especially online, I think that the States generally gets.
no, I love Europe, but I thought I wanted to give the best chance possible for Sismic, my video conversation company, startup I'm raising and I'm growing, and this is like the chances are higher if you do it in an English-speaking country.
Yes.
I thought about London, but your pound is so expensive now. That I would have felt so poor in London that I chose San Francisco. It's a third world country, the US now, with such a cheap dollar. So
so you'd end up living in Brixton or somewhere.
exactly.
Yeah, much better.
Some controversy already. Right? You will be able to acquire the US soon.
So we're waiting for the Bill Gates keynote speech, which should start in about an hour and a half, hopefully. If he's not too busy dusting foundation onto his face. Anyway, do you know roughly what you're expecting at the keynote speech? Do you have any idea of what he's going to announce or talk about?
No, I have no idea. It's just that it's supposed to be his last one, right?
Yes.
So I think many people are just waiting for this, and I'm just following the flow. So.
Do you think that he'll do the official handover with Steve Ballmer today, or do you think that'll be a bit later on?
I have no idea. You'll be very disappointed in the interview. I would bet that it wouldn't be there, but why not? What do you expect? Maybe I can do the interview.
I really do hope that one was on stage. I do like him. I think he's.
You think both of them will be on stage? Yeah, Steve Ballmer is very funny. Yeah.
I think he's a very comical man and says a lot of outlandish, often controversial things himself.
Yeah.
So I really like that. So I'm quite excited about Steve Ballmer taking over Microsoft.
Whereas you mean Bill is boring, right?
Well, regular readers would know that I do fancy Bill a lot and I do want his children, so so Bill, if you're watching this, call me. But so you don't have any idea of what he's going to
I'm following the crowd and speaking with friends, and you see we bump into each other randomly, and that's what I usually do conferences in the corridor. Okay.
Yes.
And you always have very cool conversations. So it's more about waiting in the line and talking to everybody, including you. I just had a great conversation with Georges Eduardias of L'Oréal, who is just there, about brandings and how do we integrate brands in our conversations, for example, which is very interesting.
It's a really good opportunity to network when you are waiting in the queue.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, obviously, the big talk about CES this year is Warner pledging allegiance with Blu-ray and ditching HD DVD, and it's very sad news for Microsoft and Toshiba, who have backed that format. Now, do you have any idea of what Bill Gates is going to say? Do you think he'll actually acknowledge that today?
Well, I'm very, very interested in the topic of you being a very cute girl and interested in Blu-ray versus HD DVD. So tell me about it. How come you get this passion suddenly?
I've ended friendships because of the format war.
Oh, really?
And especially format wars not only with Blu-ray and HD DVD, but Microsoft and Apple. And if you just pan down, you can see that he's actually got his Apple, his notebook here, and I have actually picked him up on it and said it's a bit scandalous.
You know what happened is yesterday I was in the Windows Vista bus, Robert Scoble bus. He called me and said, and so we had a very nice 12-hour trip from San Francisco
with
to
Robert
here.
Scoble.
Yeah, yeah, and somebody I tweeted that and somebody replied saying, what did you do to be punished this way? and it's we all had Macintoshes in the bus, and it was a Vista bus.
That's sacrilegious. That really is sacrilegious.
Yeah. So you didn't answer my question.
What was the question again?
Your question was, so at Le Web 3, which is a very cool conference, you should go to Paris in December, right?
Yes, well, we did report from that in December. Ashley and Katie went over and there was content on the site.
Thank you for that.
Yes,
but people complain because there are not enough girls. It's all geek men, right? And so, I'm interested on why you're, getting into geekland like this. You're talking about Blu-ray and HD DVD.
Well, I
You could talk about L'Oréal products and Garnier. And,
This is
how
what,
to
this
be
is me interviewing you.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
you
I
can't
love
just...
to hack the interviews and do the opposite, but you can
See,
cut
he
it.
is a natural, isn't he? He's done this far too many times, I feel. Well, I think it's going to be very exciting this afternoon.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what Bill Gates has to say. I can't wait. I've been waiting, for weeks for that moment. I'm so happy.
You mean for the moment where he says, I'm leaving Microsoft this year, but I'm going over to Apple.
Just to be close to him, be able to maybe touch him.
I once had eye contact with him at the
Eye contact?
The London Vista launch.
You know what I did? I will look full of shit if I tell you, but I may still tell you.
Yes, come on.
So first thing, very full of shit. I was in Davos for the last few years, the conference where all the masters of the world, blah blah. So that's full of shit already. And I went to the bathroom.
Right.
And the person next to me was Bill Gates.
Oh.
So I had more than eye contact. Well, no contact. No, there wasn't any contact, right? But it is kind of a weird situation. You're like I know this guy. And it was because otherwise there is no bodyguard or nothing there, right?
Let me just get this straight. You were standing next to Bill Gates at the urinals in a bathroom.
In Davos.
And
at the World Economic Forum.
It has to be asked, did you glance down?
Well, we didn't exchange much because we were busy with something else.
Oh, yes.
But that's a true story.
Imagine.
That's a true story. And the cool thing is that at the World Economic Forum they don't have any bodyguard or nothing. They all, so it's fun. But so the contact stayed kind of distant. But that's my anecdote.
So let me just ask though.
I didn't have eye contact because anyway. Sorry.
So,
you have a question?
So I can't ask the question then. Bill Gates. No.
I pass. I know the answer, but I pass.
Fantastic.
Maybe you can ask him in an hour.
I'll have to try my luck, I think.
that would generate some media exposure, I think, for Shiny Media.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me
today, and I hope that the next hour and a half in this queue isn't too arduous for you.
No, it's as you can see, very nice. Oops.
Oh.